Okay, let's start creating the environment for this little snowman. We need something for it to sit on. So if we hit the parametric primitives, we could use a plane for it to sit on. But a much cooler thing is the landscape. So let's click parametric primitives, landscape. This is what you got. The default size over here says 600, 100, 600. 600 is the x value, 100 is the y value, it's the height of this thing, and 600 is the z value. So there's different parameters here that you can play around with. The major one for this project is this rough furrows. If I increase the size of the rough furrows, you can see there's some movement going on there, and as I get closer to zero, the smoother the landscape gets. Not very dramatic though. That's because this 100 centimeters is constraining the height of the furrows to 100 centimeters. So just as a demo, if I change this, let's get ridiculous. I'll change it to 600, and this is going to look really stupid. I'll hit return, and whoa, look at that. So like now the furrows are 600 in height. Okay. So let's change that. Let's change it back to 100 for now. Okay. So here's the deal. We're going to add lights, and we're going to eventually take pictures of this thing. Just as a guess, and again, this is just a guess, and I might change my mind later on. Probably when I render my snowman, it's going to probably be like in this position, so I'm going to want a background. Okay, so I want this landscape very large. Just to get started here, let's change it, the parameters to 5,000 for the x, 5,000 for the z, and then the percentage of that. So let's just guess 500, maybe 10% of the. That actually turned out better than I expected. Okay, so anyway, so if my rough guess is that I'm going to render from this view here. Let me back up. So what I want to do is have the landscape something like that, maybe. So when I render this, do you see what I'm driving at here? So like the landscape will be in the back, and the star of the show will be in the front here. Well, what about all this blank empty space? Well, we'll deal with that. We'll put a sky back there. We could actually put a second landscape back here to make like a mountain range. We'll get there when we get there. For now, let me look over at let me select my landscape and look at my attribute manager. So this is the size, just to get started. Input 5,000, 500, 500. I got rough furrows set to 36%. You can do whatever you want with that, really. Now the coordinates, it's going to be some goofball number because I was just moving stuff around. X and Z. So let's set the X value to 1500, or pardon me, negative 1500. Yeah, I had 400. Okay, negative 1500. That's what I want. Hitting the tab key. Whoops, wrong. Z. Something went horribly wrong here. Sorry about that. Okay, that's what I wanted. And then let's just set the Z coordinate to 2000. Click. Okay, so that's what I want. X negative 1500, Y 0, Z 2000. Once again, size is 5,000, 500, 5,000, and you should have something similar to what I'm showing on the screen there. And again, we're going to resize this and move this thing, depending on what angles we're going to use as our render view. Okay, see you in the next video.